Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Whirling here. We've been doing a lot of discussions about the ugly duckling, and we've even listened to that story 3 times. We've talked about the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, of course, today I'm going to show you how Mrs. Whirling writes about it. So, I'm noticing here at the beginning, they give me a sentence starter. At first. So, first I'm going to trace it. At first. When I think about the beginning of the story, I remember the ugly duckling hatched from his egg. So, at first, the ugly duckling, and I know how to spell that because I looked back at the book, and we've been writing it a lot. The ugly duckling hatched. Hatched. First, the ugly duckling hatched, and I remember the animals weren't very nice. At first, the ugly duckling hatched, and animals were, I know how to spell word because I looked at my first 100 words list, were mean to him. Period. I always need that period at the end. At first, the ugly duckling hatched, and the animals were mean to him. I feel like I got it. Then, I better trace this. This is my starter. Then, I remember he left. Then, the ugly duckling left because he did not look like anyone. Period. Then the ugly duckling left because he did not look like anyone. I always read it again, pointing to the words just to make sure I didn't miss any, because sometimes when I'm thinking, I sometimes miss a word. I just forget about it. So now we go to the end, and it says finally. So that's my starter, so I'm going to trace it. Finally, comma. Finally, I remember at the end he looked at his reflection and he realized that he was a swan and that he went off to be with other swans. Finally, the ugly duckling. I keep spelling it right because I know how to spell it. Finally, the ugly duckling realized realized he was a swan. I think I'm going to add an extra sentence. He went and to be with the other swans. Uh-oh, I'm running out of space. That's okay. Let me check it. Finally, the ugly duckling realized he was a swan. He went to be with the other swans. I think it looks good. So, boys and girls, you are going to write this in your writer's notebook. And if for some reason you don't have this page, you could just write it on a plain piece of paper. So I'm going to take a picture of it for you so you have it. But this is how we do a writing job. We take a look at the sentence stem that we're given, and then we figure out what could we write that would make sense after that. And then when we're writing, we use our first 100 sight words to make sure we spell those words correctly in our writing. That's something new that we're going to do. You can sound spell the words that are not on your first 100 list. Now notice Mrs. Whirling has an uppercase at the beginning. I have punctuation at the end, and my sentence makes sense. It tells what happened at the beginning, the middle, and the end. All right, thanks, my friends.